Alright, update on Axie. So we're having a slight bounce as of the time of recording this. We're up almost 10% on the day, but you know, the more you zoom out, you do realize that we do have these bounces in these downtrends. However, we did talk about this area potentially being an area of support. Previously, we drew this green box between your 786 fib and your local high right up here, and it looks like we came down to the local high. I mean, we talked about this in the last video. This level here at 29 absolutely needs to hold. There is literally nothing in the way of Axie going down to $15 other than this level here at $29. If you can see, we haven't previously been to this level in forever. We had a huge accumulation range down here between the levels of $11 and, you know, basically $1 or $2. Huge accumulation range, and then within like a week or so we were just out of here. We were gone, and we were trending, and we never saw these levels again until now. So there is absolutely no volume traded, literally. And when I mean there's no volume traded, I mean we've got 14 days worth of data within this region here. So I really would not like to see a push for Axie below $29. If we look at our oscillators, they're completely oversold at this moment in time. For example, you got your money flow indicator down here. It recently bottomed at 13. If I zoom out, you know, we've had a bottom at 11 before. Other than that, this is the second lowest bottom that we've ever had on the money flow indicator. For the relative strength index, we recently bottomed at 12, and you know, for both of them, the RSI specifically is still stuck in this extremely oversold region. The money flow indicator has just popped up above 20, so yeah, I mean, this is basically extremely oversold as well. So I do think the bottom is near for Axie and SLP, but do bear in mind, you know, Bitcoin is having a really choppy time right now. If we look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour, you know, we might just be coming back into some resistance, and on your higher time frames, you can see we are in a downtrend right now. Once again, for Bitcoin as well, I do think the bottom is near. I think worst case scenario, we might have a wick down, and then we'll be out of here in the next couple of weeks to month or so. But yeah, I personally wouldn't be trading Axie at these levels. I mean, if you do plan on holding Axie in the long term, it's been falling like a rock. So, you know, just for it to return to the all-time high, it could go up to $166. So, you know, I feel like we should probably wait until we do get above some important areas first. I mean, for example, you know, you're not out of the blue until you get back above this macro 786 Fibonacci, and then even then, if we do take, let's assume we take a couple of days or so, 2 or 3 days to come down to there, then your long-term moving averages and your short-term moving averages on the daily are going to start to converge to the downside as well. You'd really want to see something like this getting above your entire EMA ribbon, you know, between the regions of 45. But I think the thing is, it's most important not to try and catch a falling knife on this one. If we look at the squeeze mom on the daily, the bears have full control of this momentum shift to the downside at the moment. The 4-hour, we're starting to reset the momentum, but you know, you can see the bears still have control, and we've got strong support coming in on these 4-hourly EMA ribbons between $36 and $33. So we're not out of the woods. We're currently just coming into $32, so Axie is going to have a very hard time within this 34 to 38 region, really, in my opinion. If we look at the volume, there was a huge spike in volume today, selling volume all the way. I mean, we haven't had this much selling volume since, where were we? It was this candle here, and you can see this was a huge landslide on the same 4-hourly. So yeah, I mean, we slid down pretty hard. We're not really seeing too much buyback volume. We're seeing a tiny bit. You'd really want to see more momentum pushing in. Like, I personally wouldn't get remotely bullish or get out of bed for Axie until we do hop over at least the 4-hourly around about $37 to $38. Once again, you know, the trend is your friend until the end. The trend is very much bearish on every time frame. Even coming over to the 1-hour, this most recent pump, you can see so far in this 1-hourly candle, we've got a somewhat sizable rejection from the top of the EMA ribbons. Lower time frames, I guess we have flipped, but yeah, I really think it's degenerative to look at anything below the 1 hourly time frame. If you're a veteran to this channel, you know that I barely ever pull up the 1 hour time frame anyway. But yeah, all time frames are pretty much bearish, apart from, you know, the 1 second and the 5 minute, because we're obviously having a bounce at this point in time. I'm really not liking the what we're seeing with this setup, but yeah, keep your eyes on this high, because $29 absolutely needs to hold. I'd be sticking on the sidelines for the next few days. If you see a move like this, where Axie comes below and takes out these lows that we've got, then, you know, in my opinion, we'd be coming down another 49% down to $15. And that could mean we could have a big sweep to the downside. So my personal plan on what I'm doing to trade most of these altcoins right now is mainly sitting on the sidelines. I'm sitting in Bitcoin predominantly, and I've also got a big bag of fiat currency that I do plan on offloading whenever we do get a chance to come down to these lower levels. If we do, like I said, you know, this is a huge area of support. I think it would be, I mean, somewhat hard to believe that we could landslide through here. We definitely could. Axie's been brutalized since the Origins release and the Ronin hack, so I do expect them to turn around at some point. However, like I said, the trend is your friend until the end. Even if we're just looking at this on the daily EMAs, we've been in a huge downtrend from these EMAs. I'd say probably if you wanted to be super conservative, wait for a back test on the daily, because the last time we hopped above these, you can see we came back to back test and we just fell through it. So yeah, I'd definitely be waiting to get above your EMA ribbons before I thought about trading Axie. That's all I've got for you today. Oscillators are completely oversold, but looking at what's going on in Bitcoin and the general markets, I mean, it would not be out of the question to go down any further. So if I was trading this right now, I would have a tight stop loss below probably about $26.5, just in case we do come back down to sweep the lows. If we do sweep the lows, you know, after you're done with the lows, you know, you've got another 45% to the downside. So I'm about to go check out what's going on with SLP. That's all I've got for this Axie video today. As always, none of this is financial advice, just my opinion on the market, and as always, cowboy out. Peace.